Hello everybody and welcome to the game Darkest Dungeon. I am literally so thrilled because I have been waiting patiently to be able to buy this game, and finally I've gotten my hands on it. The way I was able to get to play this game was I watched a few other people play this game before, really loved the artwork, loved the visual style, loved the mechanics, and I just thought to myself, I'm going to get that game somehow. And I did. So anyone that is new here, the whole mission is to save this village from this curse which has, well, it literally got opened up and escaped like Pandora's box into the village, and it's affecting everything. And what we have is we have a team of heroes, and we can embark on different missions to get money, get tools and supplies, and also get stronger so that at the final level, when we're ready for it, we can fight this boss. I'm on the darkest, difficulty, so darkest is normal. I could have done radiant, but I really didn't want to make things too easy on the first time round, just because when I go into games in general I usually go for normal mode, and then if I get good at that, that's where I go to the most highest difficulty. But right now this is on darkest mode. And yesterday, as of this recording, I did go through it myself. I went through the tutorial. I had to get myself trained up on it because even though I've played many turn-based RPG games or strategy games, it has been a while. So I had to get myself trained back on turn-based games again, and especially get myself trained up on here, which is why you see me at this level with all these heroes right here. And unfortunately, because I was training a lot, there has been a few fallen heroes. So rest in peace, or I like to say live in peace, wherever they've gone to, for these two heroes. They both were great, but in my training and exercise of learning how to play this game, they died. And you can see this one died due to unsustainable stress. They got a heart attack. And this one was one of the heroes which I started on the first mission. Now I did try and heal him a couple of times, and I will explain this as I go along through the game. But sometimes when you're trying to heal a character, if they're in a distressed, or they are irrational, or they're just totally stressed out, they can refuse your healing. And this mask unfortunately passed on, because when I did try to heal him, there was a few rounds where he refused it, and then his life got taken. But it's okay. We're still gonna wish these guys to live in peace, or rest in peace, however you refer it to, and thank them for their service. I'm just gonna check what is going on around here. Do we need to upgrade any weapons? We got a gold here. They've all come out of stress relief. A lot of these characters, when I was finished, were going through a lot of diseases and problems. If you guys know, paying for treatments or to relieve their stress does cost a lot in this game. Okay, all the heroes seem to be out of their stress relief areas and disease areas. And I think what we're going to do now, since it's our first episode, is that we're going to embark, but we're going to do a short dungeon escapade first before we jump to the bigger ones. Yeah, the reason why that space is missing is because this Dismas, the shooter, he got taken out unfortunately. That's why that space is empty, but do not worry, we've got more heroes to hire if we need to. And we've got our team right here of different heroes. But I'm going to go with usually the main ones which I started and built up a rapport with. So we're going to put the healer back into the team. I'm trying to think which jester to put back into the team. So we got this one, Seeker Jester, and we got Maynet, also Seeker Jester. If I remember correctly, I'm going to add this one and just move them up if I can. So you can move them up, but if not, no problem. This is my second day on the game, so I'm probably not going to be an expert. Some characters might die. I'm the type of person that will flee from a battle if I see that very important characters which I require are about to die, and it would be better to retreat than push on and have all of them killed. So this is going to be a process. So I believe this one is the short quest. We've got our apprentice play doctor. This one's helped out very well. We got our apprentice Vestal. I always have a healer in the team because that is absolutely crucial. We've got our Seeker Jester, and we got our Apprentice Crusader. So without further ado, we're going to go to provisions. because we have to provide for them before we set off, because they go through damage, poison. They've already been through a few of those. I'm going to take some bandages. So provisions cost a lot in this game, and this is why you got to learn to use your money very, very carefully, and not just willy-nilly just buy a bunch of stuff. You have to actually plan it, like any sort of journey. So right now we got a good amount of supplies. I would say that's good for a start. We've got a good amount of money here still. So as we go through the mission, we're going to be collecting items and stuff that will give money back. And if we're able to complete this mission successfully without any other important characters dying or fleeing or needing to flee from the battle to save the others, we'll get a bigger reward. But for me, to be honest, I'm not focused on the reward as much. I'm more concerned about my teammates or the heroes and keeping them alive while still being able to get as much gold as I can. So without further ado, let's set off.
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even faster.
I love the narrator voice, very spot on for this theme, and the narrator, whoever narrated the voice of this game, did absolutely superb. I love to listen to it while I'm playing the rounds and the fighting. So we're going to make a move. The one thing I really have to be careful of, first of all, yes, I'm still learning that I have to click on a location on the map to move. So this is still me practicing, guys. Second day. And I don't think I've done bad for a second day. So we're going to click here because why not? And the one thing I am making sure to do when I am walking is to make sure... That did not take long. Okay.
There can be no hope in this hell. No hope at all.
So sometimes your characters can go through afflictions. This was quite rare because I would expect something or the jester to become hopeless when they've gone through battle or been through stress or trauma. But we literally just entered the place, and I think that could have happened because of fear. So the thing we need to keep an eye on is traps that may be on the ground. Because I'm learning this game still, I keep tripping up on getting traps activated from the ground and hurting my characters. Now that when I'm moving, I'm actually making sure to check the ground for any traps. I know moving back is not the appropriate thing. It can actually make your characters a little bit more stressed or fearful if you suddenly move back. I always choose a character to open trinkets or boxes or anything that requires opening, and I pick one character to do it because sometimes when you open up a box or something, it could be a trap or it could give a negative effect. And since unfortunately our character the jester has been affected with hopelessness already, it would be better for him to open it than all the other any other character, and then they get negatively afflicted. So you can see why I like strategy games so much, because I have played them. I have been through similar situations in strategic games.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
So they're playing the previous. There we go. That is what I have to keep an eye on.
To life, with a singular purpose.
This is what I have to keep an eye on. So when I was just talking about traps, I did check the ground. I moved. He's healed, and then I still get done by a trap. So this is why, with my previous experience of all the strategy games I've played, I'm taking those foundations from the years I've played different strategy games and I'm reapplying it here. And even though it can sometimes be annoying or exasperating, at the same time I'm enjoying it. Okay, so we are here. We could move to this room just to check. And also, guys, I'm a creative in a way, not just creative as in painting and art, but I really... There we go, we've got another trap.
Ambushed by foul invention.
This is what happens, well, you've got to be careful, because if your character starts bleeding, while you're moving, they will bleed. And that's not good. You see what I'm saying? Which is why, even though it's not good, I've had to bandage him twice, but that means there's less bandages for everybody else. So as I was saying, as a creative, and mainly in the visual fine art section, what made me drawn to this game as well was not only the strategic gameplay or mechanics, it's also the art style. I don't know what type of art style you would call this. If you guys happen to know, put it in the comment box below. But the art style, this art style drew me to it. It was more the art style than the battle mechanics. Since our Jester is unfortunately getting the brunt of it somehow, for some reason, we're still going to get him to be the one to open all the chests and boxes. The pack's already been looted. Well, at least he's not getting hurt. So we're going to open the door, cross our fingers, let's go in. Okay, empty. Luckily there's no monsters here right now. We're going to go back to our map, move back to this room. Nothing much here it seems. No, we'll keep walking. So because this is a scary place, your characters can go into fear. If it gets darker, the darker it gets in this game, if you don't use a torch, the more the monsters are able to come out and cause a ruckus. And be worse, I'm afraid. So now we are here. We're going to move to... I think it's better to move here, to be honest. Going to slow... Ah, here's our first battle. So you can see they do jump up from the ground and they will start you sometimes. So now I'm going to move into my strategy mode and do my best here. I'm going to be not like talking a lot during the battle because I'm going to be focused more on the game battle play and the speed and getting everybody, you know, healed up. But I will talk as I go along where I can. Of course they're going to go for the weakest character first.
Dazed,
Critical, darn.
reeling, about to break.
Okay, so our Jester has got a melee. I'm trying to see which one would be the best to strike at. We're going to go here.
A time to perform beyond one's
Divine
limits.
Grace. See, that is the issue, because when I try and get the Vestal to heal the Jester, he will actually refuse it, which puts him more at risk. So I'm going to heal the Knight instead, because he's the front and he's going to need it.
Ringing ears, blurred vision.
That is why I
The
tried to
end
heal him before,
approaches.
but you know what, we'll do the best we can. So I'm going to buff my Crusader here. This skill helps a lot and keeps him
And
protected.
improvement.
And I'm going to make sure to still try and save the Jester as much as I can. With what I got, I'm going to still try and save him. Dodge, okay, it's fine. Oh, he's
Another life
gone.
wasted in the pursuit of glory.
It's okay, it's okay. We're not going to be able to get that Jester back, but I don't feel bad because I did try and save him beforehand. So we can heal party of 3. We don't need that right now. We're going to try this one. That didn't work. Okay. Paranoid. Okay. So now
The
she's
walls
paranoid.
close in. The
Do I have
shadows
anything to
whisper of
combat that?
conspiracy.
We're gonna buff the healer because the second fighter's gone.
Great is the weapon
So,
that cuts on its own.
She's gonna need to do a lot more fighting than what she would usually do. Right, so I'm gonna go back here, heal our Crusader. Oh, it heals the group. My bad. It heals the group.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Heal party of 2. We're gonna keep healing the team up as much as we can. Of course they're going to go for the healer. I need the Crusader to come in now and be a defense. I don't blame our Vestal for feeling paranoid, to be honest. She just watched one of her comrades get killed. That's going to stun at least. Stunning blow. I'm still going to try it. Nah. Okay. What we're going to do to keep you safe is move you to the back. Do I want to try that? Let's try that. 1 point's better than nothing. I am going to just go here, do my best to take out the one at the front. So you can see, this game requires a lot of strategy. We're not going to move that person back because she's more important as a healer to protect, because she can back up the others, so we're going to keep her there. So you can see why it's so important in this game to think carefully and to be strategic and to your best ability. Even I'm admitting that this is not easy, yet I'm enjoying the challenge. At least we've got one more enemy left. You have to get rid of the corpses as well because they act as obstacles and will block you from actually needing to take out the enemy like this one here. We're going to go to Divine Grace. Good, he's been healed up to full health. He can't do much, so we're going to end the turn.
Continue the
Take him down.
Destroy them all.
So we got our rewards here. We're going to take it. It's going to get us paid. Rest in peace to our Jester. We've lost another one, which is very exasperating. And I just wished that that Jester would accept being healed, because that would have stopped him being killed. I'm going to now make the Crusader do it, just because these two are pretty good for the team and we don't want them to get afflicted, and our healer has already been afflicted with something. Gold. Thank goodness. We're going to use another torch because the more light we can produce, the less the monsters are going to come about. Or at least the worst ones won't come about. Interesting. Now remember guys, I'm going to do the best I can here, but because I've already lost one hero, if I find that any of these characters are about to die, I will just literally retreat from the combat automatically. It doesn't matter if I win or lose. But we're going to still start here. Gonna try it. And we're gonna buff him up because he's the main fighter here.
Is lit. The path is
and he's
clear.
got mainly these four people to tackle.
We require only the strength to follow it.
Masochistic. Okay, so when we come back to the village, we're going to give him treatment.
Find it in no short
supply. Or her.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
Because that pig boss looks like the toughest, I'm going to focus the Crusader on him mainly, and then switch it around a little bit.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Okay, so he's bleeding. We're going to give a last bandage to save him. We've got buff, 20 damage, 3% speed. We're going to give it to her. Because you see, our Crusader's doing alright for now. So she's going to need more protection, basically, from this. So we're going to try here. That didn't work. Yeah, he's going through it badly. I think it's because this, yeah, you can see guys, I believe here it shows stress levels, and they can get stressed through this game as well, which is what you have to really keep an eye on top of it. Okay, so that's the Madman. I'll be making sure to work to take him out as well. We're going to heal our Plague Doctor. Ranged. So that's going to stun him and bring him to the front. So he could do damage on him. Well done, you dodged. He's been stunned, so he can't do much for this turn. Heal party. So two of the monsters got stunned on this turn, which is great because it stops them being constantly damaged. Most likely it could be your purity. We're going to heal you because you need it.
Gnawing uncertainty, the birthplace of dread.
Oh, that's a critical. Gotta be careful there.
And now the true test. Hold fast, or expire.
She's suffering a heart attack, so that is not good. Can I do anything here?
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
That's a miss. Thank goodness for that. She's near a heart attack, so I really have to work on taking out all these beings as quick as I can.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
She's still at death's door, so I'm really having to make sure to do my best here. Okay.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Light skill, light resist, bleed resist. And she's not doing too well, so I'm trying to see if there's any way we can help her, or do we actually need to lead the fight? I'm going to make the Crusader do it, not her, just in case.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Because our healer, who is critical, is nearly under death's door, we're going to have to retreat for now, because making her go through the whole thing here is going to get her killed off. And there's literally no point at this point, at least for me. It's better to keep them alive.
Where
But
there
you
is
still
no
collect what
peril in
you
the task,
had during that
there
quest.
can be no glory in its accomplishment.
Yep, so we're just going to quickly visit the graveyard. Our recent jester got killed by a cultist acolyte. Once you can recruit new teammates if you want to. We got our musketeer, awesome. Because I always love a long-range
A champion
fighter.
markswoman, keen for a new kind of challenge.
But our characters are afflicted right now, so I'm going to see if we can heal any of them. Or if we cannot, due to the amount of money, we'll have to keep them out of the battle and embark on our next mission. With some different characters. Paranoid. It's not these two. As you can see, if I put the character here and pay for it, we're going to end up with 200. It is better to leave it for now, not because I don't care, but we're going to actually need the money more for the next mission. We just can't use our two characters here, we'll have to use a different team. So you know Cherry's new, we're going to put her there. Our Crusader is still going to be at the helm. Can we add anybody else? You can see I've got a list of other characters right here. Oh, she's pretty good. I've used her a couple of times during the last missions we went on, and she's pretty good as well. But then there was a jester as well, so I'm just really trying to think about it. For now, let's move the Plague Doctor, use her instead for the next mission. Since this is our first episode, we're going to go back and do the short quest. We're definitely going to buy a lot more food, because that's important. And yeah, we're going to embark.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Thank goodness I didn't start this game in absolute difficulty, the highest difficulty, because if it's hard at normal mode, imagine at the highest difficulty. As a beginner, I know I would have done well. Trap. Okay. Now, I'm thinking, who will be the person to open up whatever this is? I'm going to select her to do it every time. Nothing useful here. Better than a trap or getting hurt. Good lord, we go. Nothing here it seems, so we're going to go back. Our next step is just to move to this room. So yeah, there's a lot of strategy here. Making a random choice without thinking about it can cost you your character's or your character's life. And I just love the gaming mechanics of this as well as the visual style. That's why I'm so glad I was able to get this game and be able to do my There we go, there's a trap.
Watch your
She's
step.
got bleeding. I was able to do my first gameplay with you guys. Can I give her a bandage? She's the healer, she really needs to be kept alive. I'm trying to think, would that be better on another character? It's better to put it on her for bleed resist, because she keeps going through bleeding more than the others at the moment. The battle begins. Oh, he's gonna cause a lot of damage. So we got ranged. So we've got range, move back to... Yeah, because she's the marksman. Even though I do put that on, it can still have an effect. See, ranged. When I'm super concentrated, I'm just strategically going along. Which means I can't talk a lot sometimes when I'm like focused like this. That pig one we're going to have to take out very fast. He's going to cause the most amount of damage. The others are still doing damage, but it's not as painful or effective as that main one at the back. So I'm going to focus on them.
As the fiend
One's been taken
falls,
down.
a faint hope blossoms.
Use the purge evil and restore purity. Now I should have got that. There was a green bottle that deals with blight, but I didn't get it for the mission. My bad. We're still going to work with what we got.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Their
Got ya.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
They are all very low health right now. We'll set these two. Gonna try and build up your strength. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't want him to do it because he was lower on health. Next time I'm going to make sure to buy the ones that stop blight.
The light, the promise of safety. If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
The reason I'm concerned now is because we ran out of food provisions. Because they ate them all. So you've got ranged, I'm trying to see which one is the most effective. What does that do? I'm also learning all these skills as I go along as well. Yeah, we're definitely going to buff you so you don't get hit too much
The way
with death
is
point.
lit. The path
Hopefully.
is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I'm going to protect our Crusader. I was trying to protect him, he didn't want to move forward. I'm going to move her forward here. That protects the healer. Heal 4, 5. Yep. Oh, 10. Nice.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
What has he been afflicted with anything? Yeah, masochistic. Paranoid, not surprisingly.
The walls close in. The shadows whisper of conspiracy.
Actually, that will be more effective.
Another
Nice,
abomination
critical.
cleansed from our lands. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
So for now, we're doing quite well. We're not doing too bad. Now, our mission is to be complete 100% of the room battles. I will do my best, but I'm not going to risk my characters getting killed for it. We'll do the best as we go along. A torch. If all goes well, we've got one more room to get. So what that does, that map gives us an idea of what we're going to meet with. So we're going to probably meet with battle if we move down here. Curio, a trap, not surprisingly.
No
Oh,
force
okay,
of will
so
can
hunger can
overcome a
affect you
failing
very
body.
badly, I can see that. That's why it's important to have food with you at all times in this game. We're going to turn that on. And there's so many
Glorious
surprises
is the
here.
trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
They're going through the ringer. They really are. They're really going through the challenge, guys. Now, this mission says complete 100% of room battles. So if I'm seeing this quest correctly, I think this might be the only battle we need to do left to complete the mission. I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into battle and only do this regardless of the result, and if that still doesn't complete the quest by the time I'm finished, we're going to leave this quest with what we got. Yep, been completely stunned by this. We're not going to go back. I was trying to protect the Crusader again, but that's not going to work.
The horror.
Because we still got our healer here, we're going to make sure to heal the Crusader at the front when it's our turn. Well, Vestal, but I would say she's a healer. So what I'm going to do is she needs to heal herself. Definitely.
Ringing ears.
Okay,
Blurred
death's door.
vision. The end approaches.
Now that the Crusader is kind of right on that, but I'm going to do my best to save the Vestal
The match
to my
is
best
struck.
ability. I can't
A
guarantee
blazing
though.
star is born.
2 down, not bad.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism.
Thank goodness, that was a dodge. She's got given that she's attained the
Many
virtue.
fall in the face of chaos, but not this one. Not today.
Gonna try and heal her because she definitely needs it at the moment. Damn.
A devastating blow. The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
I know the others need to be healed, but right now the healer just needs to keep her health up as much as she can. Remember, we don't have food provisions either, so that's even more risky. We have to move those two. Well, one got removed.
The ground
Critical, nice.
quakes. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Yeah, we are definitely being challenged here, guys. A lot. Even for me, who's played a lot of strategy games for quite a while, this is difficult. Do I really want to try and get my team hurt here? Or am I just going to leave? No, we're going to leave. The only reason why I'm looking at that is because, as you can see, Vestal Healer is already at death's door. And I'm not going to risk it. There has been a few quests I've completed before.
The sin
fully.
is not in being outmatched, but
Oh,
in
she's got
failing to
taken.
recognize it.
She got taken because of the heart attack, guys. It was the heart attack that got her. Well, that only strengthens the reason to lead the battle, basically. So you can definitely see how much you really have to think about your choices and how much your provisions or what you take and don't take with you have an impact. If I took that green vial that helped with blight, most of them wouldn't have been hit with blight. Unfortunately, with Bojet dying from a heart attack, that's why I was trying to save her first by bringing her out of the battle, but I think that still caused a stressful effect and she was already weak or at death's door anyway. And when I say weak, not in a bad way, I mean just not strong enough to deal with the environment in general. The others did pretty well though, somewhat. The Musketeer, Cherry, did pretty good. Not Cherry, sorry. Shanae did pretty good. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to end this episode here. But in episode 2, we're going to go back out and do a few missions, but not with our main teams right here. We're going to go with the others which we have not used. So I hope you guys have enjoyed episode 1 of Darkest Dungeon. If you want to see more content and gameplay from this and commentary from me playing Darkest Dungeon, you can give a like up. And for more gaming content like this, you can click on the subscribe button below. But now guys, take care, have a wonderful day, and see you in the next one.